Welcome to Norfolk Perspectives. I'm Bob Batcher. Champions for Children. Sounds like a winner to me, and I think everybody can be a champion, but some people really aren't. And so Betty Feet, President of Champions for Children, Hampton Roads, how you doing?
I'm doing well, hey.
I want to thank you for being a champion, and because of your championship, we're bringing advocacy throughout the area with something that's in your hand,
That's
a simple
right.
pinwheel.
That's right.
Tell me about it.
This is really our big public awareness month. April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and you will see these pinwheels planted all over Norfolk, all over Virginia Beach, all over the whole Hampton Roads area, with the notion that children should be able to live free, like a pinwheel would represent, free of abuse and free of neglect.
When you walked into the studio with that, I immediately had a flashback to when my kids who were now in their 30s, being the 2- and 3-year-olds, just running to beat the
Right.
band and watching that thing fly.
Right, exactly.
But there's a lot of kids that don't get a chance to do that. Right?
Yeah, it's the landscape is not good in terms of child abuse and neglect. We hear about it every day on the news. Last year in Hampton Roads alone, there were 2,062 cases of proven child abuse and neglect. And that's just the cases that are proven. These cases have to make it through all kinds of legal hurdles. And Champions for Children is really concerned about all the other thousands of children that are in a situation where they're being abused or neglected every day. They arrive at our schools, they arrive at our sports teams, they arrive in our youth programs unnoticed and uncared for.
Are there signs that you can look for?
Yeah, there are. And it takes a bit of training and it takes a bit of dedication. And we offer educational programs to teach people how to recognize the signs of abuse and neglect and then what to do with that information once they become aware of it. Yeah.
So what's some of the simple things that you would tell a viewer to be plugged into?
Yeah. If you suspect something, pay attention. There are resources available. You can check our website for starters, www.championsforchildrenhr.org, and we have an 800 number on there that is in affiliation with the state organization Prevent Child Abuse Virginia, and in turn Prevent Child Abuse America. So we have a plethora of all the current information that people can make themselves available.
Serious topic.
Yeah.
Serious long-term effects.
Right.
But there's some frivolity with that pinwheel, isn't
There
there?
is. This is what we'd like it to be. We would like the children to live a life that is free of these kinds of worries, and I think these are our children. This is our future, and so this is our way of stepping up. Everybody can step up and enjoy the prospect.
But I got to tell you, when I come to work, I turn right at the hurrah players, and I see hundreds of those pinwheels throughout their lawn, and I think of all the wonderful things that go on between kids and their parents and their relatives inside that building. But recognize that those pinwheels represent something totally different.
Right.
So once I get that awareness, though, you're doing some other things besides just the pinwheels, aren't you?
Right. We're doing, for example, last night I went to the Norfolk City Council chambers and received the declaration.
Check it out over on 48. We broadcast it all the time.
You were there.
Yep.
So Mayor Frame declared April Child Abuse Prevention Month, and he did it with a good bit of seriousness that it deserves to let everybody know in the community that the government is behind the efforts associated with it. We also promote the idea or promote programs that educate people on how to see the signs, recognize the signs, and what to do with them. And of course, producing educational materials and programs does require some fundraising on our part.
Right.
So we get involved in that as well.
So you've got an event coming up, right?
We do. We have an event coming up, and thank you very much for helping us make that event a success.
Yeah, I think I'm going to join you. It's
You're
one of
going to
my
join
favorite
me?
restaurants. Yes.
For sure.
It's a very important cause.
It is. April 23rd, Il Giardino Restaurant at the oceanfront, and it really is one of a monthly series of celebrity night events that we conduct at restaurants all throughout Hampton Roads. The next one will be at 456 Fish, and check our website for the schedule of upcoming monthly
What a
events.
great way to participate by giving money, but also kind of raising the awareness, because
Right.
you can't help but talk about it.
You have to talk about it. We have to take the conversation out of the back room. It's not an
Mm-hmm.
easy conversation. Most people don't want to talk. They don't want to look at it, much less talk about it. But until we talk about it, we can't really make a change for our children.
And I know I mentioned earlier, I have the pleasure of in fact, I was on the phone with one of them on the way to the studio,
Yeah.
of really talking to my 30-year-olds, and not necessarily as a dad anymore, but as a friend.
Right.
And I know that there were times during their upbringing that I just wanted to kind of
I
shake
know.
them, but I didn't, and I don't understand how somebody can take a little guy
Right.
or a little gal and even think about abuse.
You know, the pressures on families, the pressures on parents produce a breaking point. And there's a great speaker who is actually coming, and we have the information on our website. I can't think of the exact dates right now. And the message that she delivers is that we have to figure out something different to do at those moments when,
Yep.
when we think we might break.
Well, Betty, thank you, and I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to hosting on the 23rd.
I look forward to it too. Thank you so much, Bob. We really appreciate it.
And keep the frivolity going, too.
Keep the
'cause it's
going. We
really
got to enjoy it.
That parental connectivity and the connectivity with what that child's going to be growing up through starts at birth. Stay tuned.